Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to Sports Talk. Hey, Trevor Lawrence being paid. Well, he got $55 million new deal from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and people are going crazy. Anyway, man, while you're here, man, thank you for watching. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share, and I appreciate the love. Your comments, I appreciate it. And this is the only way I can get better, man. I appreciate that. Anyway, man, Trevor Lawrence being paid $55 million a year. Fans, other people are going crazy because, is he worth the $55 million? No. You look at Dak Prescott. You look at he's getting the same money as Burrow. You look at when Lamar Jackson wanted to get paid, people would call him all type of name or selfish, all this stuff. All right? I mean, they did a lot of stuff, but it's all good. But he deserved that money. Without him, Baltimore Ravens wouldn't be the team that they are now. Without him, you saw what they look like without him. Patrick Mahomes not even getting $55 million. And this is why Doc is when Jared Goff got the contract he got, Dak Prescott wanted $60+ million, right? Because of again the market. But if you look at Trevor Lawrence contract last year, 6'6", 220 pounds, right? Last season he threw for 4,000 yards. 21 touchdown, 14 interception. He's an interception. He is an interception machine. He's similar to Josh Allen with the Bills, on 56% QBR rating, which is low. So of course, with the 3 years he's been in the league, he threw for 58 touchdown and 39 interception, which is a lot, right? Which is a lot. But you can see the upside with him. You see progression, right? As a rookie coming in, made the Pro Bowl, of course. He threw 12 touchdowns, 17 interception. But then year 2, 2022, 25 touchdowns, 8 interception. And then last year, 21 and 14. But what the Jacksonville Jaguars looking at, he is getting better. Right? Yes, he threw an interception, whatever, but he is getting better. You could see the progression with him from when he started until now. So you pay him $55 million because it's a better deal for them. Because if he ball out this year, he ball out, because right now you sign him for 5 years, $55 million a year. Plus he still have the 2 years rookie deal on his contract. So you have him on the contract for 7 years. So he's down to what, 2031, 2032 under contract. And he's not gonna get that $55 million. Of course, it's balloon up with incentive and all that stuff, right? He's not gonna get the $55 million until 2026. He's gonna get some incentive as he, based on what he does, and they put some stuff there for him to get some money this year, of course, you know what I mean? But he's not going to be paid $55 million this year. That's going to start 2026. So the Jacksonville Jaguars, really, they protect themselves, right? They set it up already. You have him under contract. He ball out this year. He ball out next year, right? You have 2024, 2025 season. 2025 to 2026 season, he ball out in those 2 years. So he's done with his rookie contract. And then so you have him for 5 more years when he could go and do multiple things. You know what I mean? So they went to the playoffs. So this is a better thing for them. They don't want to put themselves in a situation with the Baltimore Ravens that could have paid Lamar Jackson earlier, right? But they elected not to do that. And then so they had to go to a battle. They don't want to put themselves in a situation with Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? At the time he wanted $40 million. Was he worth $40 million? No. But the Dallas Cowboys elected to give it to him. You look at you know what I mean. You look at Joe Burrows. You look at all those guys making big money. That's the market. That's the market. You know what I mean? Patrick Mahomes not making that money, but I'm just saying, but Patrick Mahomes looking at more the championship. He's making a lot of money with endorsement and all the stuff like that. So he's, they signed him for $500 million. That was the first deal. You know what I mean? So he's not looking to get money. Patrick Mahomes looking for more pay. Give me players, and so we could win championships. So that's something that's more for Patrick Mahomes than that. But the Jacksonville Jaguars are looking at this is a better situation for them. You know what I mean? So with Lawrence could ball out this year, next year. You don't have to rush to break the bank, because now in 2 years the market gonna change. Now you have him with Joe Burrow as the two highest paid quarterback in the league. You set up a precedent on how you want things to go, right? So by the time the market changes to players, quarterbacks making $60 to $70 million, even $80 million. Look at baseball. Guys are making $300 million a year. $300 million contract. We never had a $300 million contract before, but things are changing. Right? So Patrick Mahomes was the first guy to sign for $500 million. At the time, it was crazy. $500 million. That was crazy. But then you look at the eye test. You look at the numbers. You're like, okay. You know what I mean? But now guys are signing for all this big money. So to give Trevor Lawrence 5 years, $55 million a year, it's a great deal for Jacksonville Jaguars. If he stay out of his current state right now, he's, you know what I mean? Because you looking at Dak Prescott, you look at all those guys who's not doing, they're not going to the playoffs, they're not doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, they're putting up regular season numbers. It's regular season numbers. But when it comes to, are you going to the playoffs? And then when if you make the playoffs, you one and done. So they're looking more like that. You know what I mean? They're looking at more like that, but they see the progression. Jacksonville Jaguars see from a financial standpoint. This is a great deal for them, because then they would have to pay him $65 million in 2 years, because then let's say he won the Super Bowl, or let's say he took you to the second round of the playoffs, or playoffs back to back. So now you're gonna have to pay him. Look at the money that Kirk Cousins is getting. Kirk Cousins has been getting money for nothing. You know what I mean? The then Redskin, who's now the Commanders, they franchise tag him twice, where they have to pay him $20 million each year. They would rather pay him the $20 million each year because he wasn't worth a big contract for them, which is why they elected to let him go. And you saw he fleeced the Jets to get the contract he got with the Vikings. The Jets were willing to give him big, $80+ million, but he fleeced the Jets. He didn't want to come to the Jets. He used the Jets as leverage for the Vikings to get that money with the Vikings. But then the Vikings realized, wait a minute. You know what I mean? You're a game manager. Why am I paying you all this money? They're like, go ahead. You could go. The Vikings told him, hey, we're going to draft a quarterback. And he's like, no, if you're going to draft a quarterback, I'm leaving. They're like, all right, go ahead. You know what I mean? You went to the Atlanta Falcons. And Falcons give him all that money, but then they went and signed a draft a quarterback, because of course they know, yes, he was the best quarterback available. They picked him. All right, you needed to fill up those seats, so they picked him. But then, hey, they went and got an insurance policy, because they know who Kirk Cousins is. But for Trevor Lawrence in the situation with from a financial standpoint with Jacksonville Jaguars, that's a great deal for them. at his, at his current state, he stayed the way he is. It's a great deal for them. If he he elevates his game and he show you he has the capability from his rookie year to second year, third year, now going to his, going to his fourth year this year. You see progression with him. So that's something that is going to be good for them. You know what I mean? So for people looking at Lamar Jackson, all those people who say, hey, they're not making that kind of money. Trevor Lawrence shouldn't make that kind of money, of course. You know what I mean? Like I said, you look at his numbers, right? 17 game 2021 is rookie season. 17 games, 59 completion with 602 attempt. Right? He's 59.6% completion. 59.6, so that's okay. But he threw for 3,641 yards. It's averaging 6.6 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns, 17 interception. The longest he threw for was 58 yards, and he was sacked. He was sacked 32 times. QBR rating like 39.9. And now year 2, 2022, 17 games, 584 attempt and 387 completion, 66.6 percentage, right? 4,113 yards, 7.7 yards average, 25 touchdown, 8 interception. Right, longest yard was 59. He loved to throw those deep bombs. Right, he was sacked 27 times. So they have the 56.1 QBR rating. Last year, 16 games, right? 370 yards completion, 564 attempt, 65.6 completion percentage. 4,000 yards, 4,016 yards, right? He did 41-13 the year before. 7.1 yards average, 21 touchdowns, 14 interception. The longest, 65, right? He was sacked 35 times. So they have to do a lot. In 3 years, this guy been sacked 94 times, which is a lot. So now you give him that kind of money. Right, you give him the money now. Jacksonville Jaguars organization, they looking, of course you have Doug Peterson there, so they're looking to draft to surround him, to surround Trevor Lawrence with top talent, which is why you give him, they give him the deal. You give him a 5-year extension. They didn't rip the rookie deal. Most teams, they didn't do that. They said, okay, we signed you for 5 years, so you under contract for 7 years. Right? So you're not going to see that money, $55 million. So that's great. You're not going to see $55 million until 2026. You have 2 years with your rookie deal. Then it will, that money will kick in. Right? So it's good for them. It's good for them. So now, but they give them time before the money kick in, that 2 years before the money kick in, to make sure that, to solidify the offensive line, which they haven't done. But I think they're working on that. You see, again, having Doug Peterson there, he's a mastermind. He knows, he's gonna fix that offensive line. He's gonna fix the entire offense with Trevor Lawrence to make sure he's successful. Which is the same thing he did with Jalen Hurts, him when he was here in Philadelphia to help them. So so he had Carson Wentz, but he saw with Carson Wentz, they weren't going anywhere. Carson Wentz is not the guy. When they went in. Him and Ari Roseman, they talked to go get Jalen Hurts, and I wanted to just get Jalen Hurts. I thought he was a great quarterback then in college, but you go out there to get him, because again, in 3 years the guy's been sacked 94 times, which is way too much sacks. Right? I haven't seen a sack like the quarterback being sacked like that since New York Jets. As a Jets fan. I've seen a lot of quarterback getting hit because, again, the offensive line was trash. But then, of course, you have Zach Wilson, who was holding the ball too long. Mike White, same thing. But 94 times sack in 3 years, that's a lot. but if he's not running for his life, he's also throwing the ball away. In 3 years, he threw 39 interceptions, which is a lot, right? Which is that's a lot of turnovers, right? That's a lot of turnovers. 58 touchdowns, not bad, but also he threw for 11,770 yards, which is good, right? 63%, 63.8 percentage. You know what I mean? So in 50 games, he threw 11,770 yards. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. He also rushed. He also rushed for 964 yards, right, in 3 years. 964 yards, where he averaged 4.7 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. You know what I mean? So, and also he fumbled the ball 13 times. So you gotta look at it, right? You gotta look at it for the 3 years he's been there. He's a turnover machine. You know what I mean? So that's 52 turnovers, right? 13. He fumbled the ball 13 times in 3 years, and 39 interception. 52 turnovers. Now, if you add the 94 sacks, come on, man. So you look at it, is he worth $55 million? No. Right? Because he's a turnover prone. He's a turnover prone, and then all the sacks he's getting from holding the ball too long. Yes, he loves to throw those deep bombs, but when those are jump ball, right? So because he is a gunslinger, right? He took a lot of chances. He's like Brett Favre. He took a lot of chances. He just throw the ball. A lot of time, his guys gonna come down with it. Sometimes they don't. When you look at it, because he's a turnover machine, he's out there. You give him $55 million. Is he worth $55 million? No, he's not. But then why do you give him that kind of money? Because why you do it? Like I said, you give him the money now because you know that. You know what I mean? You give him the money now because you know that, okay, in 2 years after once his rookie contract run out, because he's getting better every year, he's throwing 4,000 yards, almost 3,000 to 4,000 yards, per season. So he's doing it. You know what I mean? So he's doing it up. You know what I mean? Year 1, 3,600. Year 2, 4,000. Year 3, 4,000. So of course you know that. You know what I mean? In 3 years to have 11,000 yards. So that is a lot in 50 games. You know what I mean? And also you rush for almost 1,000. So that's not, so you got to give him, you know that the money's going to change. But you look at the division that the way he is with Houston. Houston is the leader of that division. They went 10-7 last year, right? So Jacksonville Jaguars are second with 9-8 in that division, right? You have the Colts, who's not going anywhere. You have Tennessee, who's also not going anywhere. Both the Colts and them were 9-8. They're tied for 9-8. You know what I mean? So that's something that, well, the Colts have, of course. Now they have a quarterback, but I'm just saying they're gonna get. It's gonna take time, right? The loser in that division is the Tennessee Titans. Fire their coach because there's some a lot of situation there. I'll talk about that soon, but but being in that division, so we'll see what happens. But for the Jaguars management team, they did exactly what they thought was best for them to put them in a position to be successful. You pay him now, right? Like I said, you give him a 5-year deal, so you have him on the contract for 7 years. So he's there for 2031, 2032, whatever. You know what I mean? When you have to give him a new contract, by then, who know what the market will be for a quarterback. But you know what I mean? So you still have him under the 2-year deal, 2-year rookie deal. So knowing that you give him $55 million, making him the highest paid quarterback, it showed that you believe in him. It showed that, okay, what he's doing now, all the noise, again, that's 52 turnovers, right? 52 turnovers, which is something that he's hearing a lot. But now, as an organization, you say, hey, I'm giving you $55 million. Don't worry about the noise. So they kind of, I'm not gonna say they're fleecing him, but pretty much, okay, you show the belief in him, right? But at the same time, that was smart for them. They protected themselves. You give us 2 years to make sure that, okay, you know what? We built a team around him to give him the players, to give him the pieces that he needs to be successful. So once he does become successful, because you see the progression, the progress are there. Once you see that, he's already under contract for another 5 years. So you know what I mean? So you have him there for 7 years where you don't have to worry about that. So now your focal point could be on receivers and fixing the offensive line to limit the amount of sacks that you're getting. 94 sacks in 3 years, that's too much, right? That's too much. So that's something that you're gonna see, bringing offensive line. So for the next 7 years, Jacksonville Jaguars gonna focus so much on make sure you shore up that offensive line so he can have time. He's not running for his life like he's been doing, right? He's not 94 sacks. That's a lot. He's running for his life. He's not doing that. He have time. You give him time in the pocket to throw with proper protection. Oh man, you know what I mean? He doesn't have to take those. In 2022 he had a little more time. I know they had some injuries, but he had a little more time. You see what happened that in 2022, because he had a little more time to throw. He had more protection in the pocket. He threw less interception. He threw 8. So from 17, 14, 8. That's you know what I mean. You see you see what it is. But the Jaguars made the right decision, paying him $55 million. That's what they put themselves in a position to pay him now, and they don't have to worry about it later. Anyway, man, sports talk. Like, subscribe, and share, man. I appreciate the love, man. You see Dallas. The Mavericks finally won a game tonight. You know what I mean? They didn't want to get swept, and I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were going to get swept either, from how it was looking. You know what I mean? But they were going to show some light, and show some life, which is what they did. All right. Anyway, man, sports talk. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.